Welcome to Tracked Learning. This crash course is designed to introduce you to this website as well as show you some of our new features. So let's get started. To begin, go to the Caseload tab at the top, then start adding students to your caseload. To view a student's profile, you can click the icon to the left of the student's ID or search for the student's name on the student's page. Next, let's add goals to our student. Select the subject, category, and target skill. You can also select math goals based on Common Core standards. After selecting a goal, you can edit the goals however you like. Clicking Tab will highlight the portions of the goal that need editing. The Assess tab lets you determine how many questions to ask when assessing this target skill. Next, let's start scheduling this student. To schedule a student, select the student's name and set the parameters however you choose. You can choose to add a single appointment or recurring appointments. After creating the appointments, you can select the student and start documenting on each encounter. Click the up and down arrows to indicate how the student is performing on each skill. Comments will be saved automatically as you type. You will also have the option to add global comments. These comments will be linked to all students that you're seeing at that time. Next, let's go back to the student's profile. The data we just collected will be displayed under progress graphs. You can also see our comments under daily progress notes. Next, let's create an assessment for the student based on their goals. On the caseload page, select the students you want to assess, then click Action to open assessment and give your assessment a name. You also need to create a class password. This will be used when students log into their account. Students will log in at trackedlearning.com/assess with their student ID and class password. The student password is only required if you create a student password on the caseload page. This is an optional added layer of security. The student can now begin their assessment. By default, 5 questions were created per target skill, but as mentioned earlier, this can be adjusted on the student's profile by clicking Student Goals, then Assess. Questions are submitted one at a time. Many questions, especially questions designed for students at lower grade levels, will have audio recordings that read the question to the student. The student will be notified when the assessment is complete. Now let's return to the student's profile. Under the Assessments tab, you will see the student's results broken down by target skill. You can view the assessment by clicking on the assessment's name. Next, we will create a quick assessment. This gives you the ability to quickly create an assessment for all selected students. You can choose from any of the target skills and set the number of questions per target skill. All students will receive the same questions in different orders. You can also save the parameters for the assessment to reuse in the future. Next, we will visit the profile of a student with multiple assessments. The line graph gives a good visual of the progress in each target skill over time. This can be easily printed off with any target skills you choose. Next, let's look at the Assessments tab. This tab gives you access to all assessments that you have created. For quick assessments, as seen here, the results are broken down and compared between students. You can also quickly see which target skills students are struggling with or excelling at. Next, we will look at diagnostic assessments. These are computer adaptive tests which determine strengths and weaknesses of students based on Common Core standards. To create the assessment, simply select the subject and the grade level to begin at. Diagnostic assessments for reading are coming soon. Next, let's view the results of a completed assessment. This will provide a predicted grade level for the student as well as how they perform at different target skills. Tracked Learning automatically creates suggested goals based on their assessment. The only parameter you need to add is the date. You can then add goals one at a time or accept all suggested goals at once. These goals will immediately be added to the student's profile. Tracked Learning has many other features that this video does not have time to cover, but I hope this gives you a good overview of some of the things that Tracked Learning has to offer. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and please reach out if you have any questions.